If you are over the age of 60, chances are you've spent decades working, caring for loved ones, solving problems, and doing what had to be done. You've carried responsibilities on your shoulders for a long time. And now, as you move into this new chapter, whether you call it retirement, reinvention, or simply your time, something shifts. You start realizing life isn't about chasing more. It's about choosing better. But here's the part few people will tell you. Sometimes, living better means letting go. Not adding to your to-do list, but crossing things off. Releasing habits, mindsets, and pressures that no longer bring value. In this video, we're going to explore 9 things worth letting go of after the age of 60, not because you've been doing it wrong, but because you deserve a life with more joy, more ease, and more freedom. These are lessons I've learned over more than a decade of talking with people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, people who've shown me what it really means to live well. Stay with me until the end, because the last one may just change the way you wake up tomorrow. Let us begin. 1. Stop saving out of fear. For most of your life, saving money was a survival skill. Save for emergencies, save for retirement, save just in case, and that discipline served you well. But at some point, especially after 60, saving out of fear can keep you from enjoying what you've worked for. I once met a woman who had spent her career in government service. She had a generous pension, a paid-off home, and no debt. Yet every time her children suggested a family trip or a small splurge, she'd say, "What if something happens? Better keep it for later." One day, her granddaughter asked, "Grandma, when is later?" That question stayed with her. Saving is wise, but if your needs are covered and your plan is sound, you also have to give yourself permission to enjoy what you've built. That doesn't mean being reckless, it means making memories while you still can. Instead of asking, "What if I run out?" try asking, "What's worth enjoying now?" Because later is already here. 2. Stop spending on what doesn't make you happy. Once you give yourself permission to spend well. Many of us fall into the trap of buying out of habit, guilt, or social pressure. We keep paying for memberships we never use, clothes we never wear, or dinners we don't actually enjoy. I spoke to a man in his late 60s who told me his best purchase that year wasn't his new phone or the shoes he bought because they were on sale. It was a weekend in the mountains with 2 lifelong friends. They laughed until midnight, cooked simple meals, and spent hours just talking. That weekend fed his soul more than 100 small purchases ever had. After 60, your spending should match your values. Whether that's travel, helping family, or investing in hobbies, let your money go where your joy lives. And remember, some of life's richest moments cost nothing at all.
3. Stop trading your time for money unless it still matters to you. For decades, you may have worked because you had to. But now time is more precious than a paycheck. The question becomes, are you working because it brings you meaning, or because you're afraid to stop? I knew a retired nurse who went back to work part-time after 65, not for the income, but because she loved mentoring younger nurses. When it stopped inspiring her, she stepped away without guilt. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. If your work still energizes you, keep doing it proudly. But if it drains you or steals time from things you truly care about, it may be time to let it go. 4. Stop postponing the experiences you've dreamed of. We all say it, "I'll do it next year, when things settle down, when I have more time," but someday isn't a date on the calendar. I once met a couple who dreamed of taking a photography trip across Europe. They had the funds, the health, and the time, but they kept putting it off. Then, after a minor health scare, they booked it. 6 weeks later, they returned with thousands of photos and stories they couldn't stop sharing. Their only regret, not doing it sooner. What's your version of that trip? The class you want to take, the person you want to visit, the letter you want to write. Why not now? 5. Stop neglecting your health. We tend to measure retirement in years, but a better measure is healthy years. Without your health, money and plans lose their meaning. I once asked a group of older adults, would you rather have a fortune, but be in constant pain, or modest means with energy and mobility? Every single one chose health, yet many live as if the opposite were true. You don't need extreme changes. Walk daily, or drink more water, stretch in the morning. Try light strength training with guidance, make that long overdue checkup. Health isn't about chasing youth, it's about protecting your freedom to live life on your terms. 6. Stop living for other people's approval. For years, you may have shaped your choices around what others thought: your boss, your friends, your family. But at this stage, you've earned the right to live for yourself. I knew a man who always wanted to learn ballroom dancing, but worried people would laugh. At 64, he signed up anyway. He said it was one of the best decisions of his life, not because he became a champion dancer, but because he stopped letting fear of judgment make his choices. Wear the bright colors, skip the event that drains you. Pursue the hobby no one else understands. As Bronnie Ware's hospice research found, the biggest regret is not having had the courage to live true to yourself. Don't let that be yours. Point 7. Stop feeding on constant negativity. Being informed is good, but marinating in bad news isn't. Spending hours in the 24-hour news cycle can make you feel like the world is only getting worse. A friend of mine decided to swap 1 hour of nightly news for reading uplifting memoirs and calling loved ones. Within weeks, she said her mood and outlook improved more than she expected. Limit your intake. Seek stories that remind you of kindness and progress. Your attention is precious. Spend it where it nourishes you, not where it drains you. 8. Stop ignoring your financial plan, but stop obsessing over it too. Some people avoid their finances completely, hoping problems will solve themselves. Others can't stop checking balances and spreadsheets, making fear-based decisions. Both approaches steal your peace. Talk to a financial advisor, review your plan, make sure your needs are covered. Then, let your money serve you. You saved it to support your life, not to keep staring at numbers. The goal of a good plan isn't a big account, it's a life you actually live. 9. Stop living like time is unlimited. By 60, most of us have been touched by loss. We know life isn't endless, yet we still postpone the things that matter most. I sometimes ask people, if this were your last year, what would you do differently? The answers come quickly, but then daily routines take over. Don't wait for a crisis to live with urgency. Forgive, start, say, do. Even small steps matter. The point isn't to fear the end, it's to honor the days you still have. So here's your reminder. Let go of fear-based saving. Let go of joyless spending. Let go of working only out of habit. Let go of postponing dreams. Let go of neglecting health. Let go of living for approval. Let go of constant negativity. Let go of financial fear, but keep a plan. And let go of the illusion that you have forever. Because what you truly have is now, and that's enough to begin. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. At Elders Insight, we believe getting older isn't about slowing down, it's about showing up for life more than ever before.